we've not seen Team XSERZ play at all. We've seen them over towards both bind and split. We know what they're capable of, but now, here it is, some information. Zeta, who's named Sunny here, is actually going to go over towards the Phoenix, so it is now a third different agent being played by Zeta.
And not only that, Zumba is on the breach as well, so a much more aggressive style coming out from XSERZ. The tree cam will spot one towards A long, and it looks like they want to go a little bit quickly here. Silk Cannon on the Jet, able to get away from that after playing up close and personal. The smokes on the site will allow Rover to lead the charge, but they've taken face. One found, two found as they trade. Two brims, 2 kills apiece. The Zesta finds the third. Rover down to 25 HP, but they take 3 on the push. And 2 players left to retake.
Got a bit of a jump scare there from Yu Jae-hong. Just saw a body pop out from in front of him. Ease for you now, still 12 seconds away from getting a heal back alive. And, well, he really needs to be able to heal himself, Team Rover. Have fun onto the flank. He's down already as well, just to 14 HP. 2 seconds, and Rover, well, they're going to have to go in eventually. And this is bad news for Easy for you. Zumba cleans it up.
Oh, no. There we go. XSERZ laying down the law just a little bit on Haven, first of all. First round goes their way. A nice, fast, disciplined push coming out. They checked their angles, and they made it happen. A site, completely wide open.
Looking like some decent buys. You can see 2 rifles already. Phantom, Vandal. Going to be shotguns for the defense so far. Looking at what Ochon's going to get. So now it is, of course, Bucky's. Sorry, it is going to be the Bulldogs, rather. And the one ghost there for Sunny. Team Rover. It looked like it was going to be doable. Silk Cannon had a great position, stayed alive due to the tailwind. So showing maybe what a Jet can really operate on this particular map. We haven't seen a lot of Jet being played. We saw the one Jet from, who was it, Team Sting, or one of the other teams being played to. Not great success, so maybe Team Rover can do something different with it.
They won't have to do something with it at the moment. They might have to retake, though. See site potentially on the cards here for XSERZ. They haven't spotted anyone peeking on the long. They have got 3 players there, but have fun. We saw him hold B window on hook on bind to great avail. 2 kills he got last time around, but in he goes.
Oh.
Shotgun misses first of all. We'll be able to get the second and the third.
Sure.
Looks for a 4, able to rack up 4. Looks for the last round, but oh, he has to reload. But damage is done. In the meantime, it's just Ocheon left in a 1 versus 3. Brutal from the sidelines. Have fun, hold strong for now, but finally up onto the site. The shorty from range dashes across, and Easy for you picks up the kill. Devastation for Team Rover.
What a massive round coming through. XSERZ. What happened there? They just walked into the Bucky. I thought that was just going to be 1 kill. Have fun. Even missed the first shot, just for your information. Pops up the Cyber Cage, and I think that makes the biggest difference here. He sees the push coming through. Cyber Cage trap wide combination reveals a player. If he doesn't get the first shot, I think, okay, well, this is going to go poorly for them. He finds 4 kills. How's that even possible? That may be one of the best Bucky plays, one of the best eco-round comebacks I've ever seen.
If there's one thing I'm a fan of, it's Cypher and the Bucky. Quite frankly, that is a duo that I have a lot of time for, so I'm really happy to see that pay off. And against Team XSERZ as well, one of the strongest teams in their region, one of the strongest teams probably across most regions as well. So they're going to have to remount again, and this time they are stacking up towards mid.
They haven't committed either way just yet, so you are Rover right now. You can still hold strong. They will have to eventually rotate some members over from A. You can start to see the movements now, camera. Just peeking in towards B. Speaking of creeping up, it's going to be have fun as well. Moving towards double doors. He's in a position to flank, but the first member you're looking at is, of course, going to be Ease for you. Here we go. He's going to find some members. 2 kills so far. Make up 3. But I think the damage has been done. 3's enough.
On the push. It's going to be tricky to come back into that, and that's the spike drop. Last player standing in a 1 versus 1. It does go down to the wire, but it is finally cleaned up with that Phantom from the sidelines. Team Rover convert the round and have the economic advantage as well now.
And also half buy coming through from XSERZ, so they're not going to walk away without feeling some damage to their economy. You can see that it won't be much of a great purchase. Most members are not going to be able to afford much, so I expect that they have to take a bow. XSERZ are going to have to take this L at some point and just go for the eco. 3 sheriffs being purchased up. Double operator set up for the defense. Have fun still holding onto the Bucky. He wants to relive the moments onto C. And at this point in time, we're expecting a little bit more from Team Rover to be able to pick up 3 in a row.
Damage flash coming across the screen there. Not too sure who it was focused on. I think it might have been Ray J. Hong on Team XSERZ. He's taken a little bit of damage. Not too much, however. The stack up to A. They made it work on the pistol. We'll see if they can make it work on an eco as well. This time coming up against some rifles, they might have a little bit stiffer competition. Easy for you trying to get the spray down, but I don't think that anything other than the Odin, and I think maybe the Sheriff can actually get through there. Maybe the Ares, but either way, they aren't going to be too happy with that. A shot popped off, but nothing found, and A site completely taken over. They'll get the spike.
I think I did see the confirmation of the bullets going through the wall, but it's not going to be able to hit anyone anyway. 9 will at least get the kill on Zate to, unfortunately does not prevent the plant. That was the main thing they're going for there. So still a situation where the retake has to come through. It's Sheriff mainly. Can the Sheriff do enough work? Zumba instantly gets the 2-tap there. That was beautiful to see. But unfortunately, the Resurrection coming through for him is going to make sure that Team Rover have a major player advantage here.
It's not really planted for long or short here. It's unfortunate, but they do have the orbital strike, and they will invest it now. Spike over towards that left side of site. I don't know if he can get the Molotov down. I don't even know if he has it. He tries to push up, and quite frankly, that was a waste of an orbital strike.
I think you want to use the orbital strike maybe a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds in, when you see whoever's going to be defusing obviously is then really committed to at least getting the halfway defuse. At that point, that's when you get the max value out of the orbital strike. Unfortunately, at this point in the game, as soon as the defuse starts to come through, you are pressured to want to use your orbital strike. So no foul play coming through from Yu Jae Hong. He just did what he could there, and he wasn't really going to get too much more done by himself. If they could maybe delay the defuse for longer, then the orbital strike is worth a little bit more. Team Robot 3 in a row now. Full weapons being purchased. Have Fun is actually still on the Bucky. It's the 2 operators that are so dangerous.
That's got the neural theft, and they have got the showstopper on the defense, but Rolling Thunder could just prove vital there. The flashpoint to send them in. The Bucky is still there, finds one, and he's not going to stop with this. It's brutal, and I absolutely love it. Have Fun finds the Sage, and that's going to take away the Resurrection as well. So even if they do make those pushes, they are going to be at a disadvantage there.
And by the way, he's just hanging around double doors still. He wants to repush the garage because he knows there is a gun on the floor. And I do not believe that XSERZ have moved the weapon. In fact, it would have been too dangerous for him to do so. Maybe a vulnerability over towards A. XSERZ have not committed to his site. They can still go towards A. When that happens, that's when Have Fun moves towards the weapon. In fact, he might even do that now as XSERZ starts posting up the B.
In comes the showstopper. Not really going to find too much. And Rain, it's in the off shot. Should have been able to hit that one, finds the second, but Sunny comes back to bite. Zumba finds one and Sunny with a second. And they entry onto B now. Just Silk Cannon with this operator. Needs to prove Jet to be worthy of a place in this lineup, but 2 players to move through, and these guys have been heavy fragging this round so far.
And typically, I don't want to see an operator being used on a retake, but if anyone's going to do it, it is going to be, of course, on a Jet. Best operator user in the entire game in terms of lineup. That's actually a player being caught in a trapwire, so he knows one is heavily offside at this stage of the game. Option to go for a weapon trade on the floor, and realizes the time is just not going to be really doable. So Silk Cannon making the disciplined play, holding onto the operator, exiting here. They even, by the way, forced or maybe baited out, or maybe got lucky there that Zeta used the run it back, so XSERZ will be down 1 ultimate going to the next round.
Spike will go off, so XSERZ find their second round of the half here on Haven, and an operator save for Rover, not disastrous. They should be fine. In terms of that economy, they'll be okay to buy into this one. XSERZ will have to run a little bit low on cash, so if Rover are able to get the economic reset here, this could be a really strong situation for them. We'll have to wait and see if they're able to hold strong, as Have Fun is going to stick to the Bucky. Well, he had enough money to buy a rifle, by the way, just so you know. It
really depends on the angle. I think he's limited. The problem is, if he ever has to retake, and he has had to retake even in that last round, that's where the Bucky sucks. But if you're just holding a corner, it's great. So Team Rover eventually, maybe he's trying to do his best Dongun cosplay or something by only purchasing the shotguns here. Effectiveness still questionable despite getting the 4K earlier. You'll credit him for that one, but since then it's been pretty quiet. And that's going to be Rain taken down. So Ray's player typically has been mostly... Where has he been playing? Has the Ray's player mostly been around Garage, I think? Or am I reading that wrong?
I believe so. The Cypher and Raze did both push out on C long and fell back afterwards on that round, so they were just watching the flank for that push, yeah.
They should know there's a C vulnerability now. They should know there is a vulnerability around either C or double doors, so this is why XSERZ is still just hanging around this section of the map.
Well, when Have Fun's there with the Bucky, you can't really see any vulnerabilities. Easy for you, looking to try and hold down, so is 9, and will take down Sunny, so no Phoenix. No curveballs there. They move over towards the A site, but still Cannon finally lands the shots with the operator. Another one found on the flank as Ray J Hong falls down, and still Cannon tries to hold this left side to keep his team comfortable. Ocha now last standing as Zumba falls. Has the spike, but only 20 seconds left, and Have Fun sees a sliver, lands the headshot. Finally, he's gotten rid of the Bucky.
Well, he's found himself a free upgrade onto the floor now, and I think XSERZ made the wrong call there. They got the C player down, and then decide to push A, where there is no vulnerability sighted. There's nothing there. They've not worked C. It's not like, sorry, they've not worked A. It's not like they've had a player there slowly baiting out utility. They've walked into a full util defense from Team Rover, and they get punished hard. Straight away, Silk Cannon gets a kill. And they're playing into the operators. They're playing into the hands of exactly what Team Rover wants, and well, it's going to be 4 on the board so far, and we thought Team Rover was going to be good, but right now, they are looking fantastic.
So Cannon holding aggressive with the operator. Oh, the timing. Is he going to land a shot? Are they going to peek at the right time? He's waiting for the push to come through. Sees one. Has to dash away. Will get away with his life, but not much more than the information, unfortunately, has been gained. XSERZ now stacked up very fully towards this A site, but they go for the curveball. They try and spot him out, and that's a really slow push up towards the heaven. Gets caught out, and Esther finds the second. A site demolished.
That
XSERZ
is
finally opening again.
2 kills that Silk Cannon should have been able to get. And now Team Rover are going to find this retake very difficult. They do have a nil theft available, but they need to find the only body on the floor. Haven't got any of that available currently, and no player, or maybe they have one player now towards Heaven. Rain can't even get in through the link. That's going to be the only heal used, and they'll exit now. This is going to be Team Rover giving up, I believe. They're going to go for the save here. The only player still in action right now is going to be the Cypher player of Have Fun, attempting to get something done. I really wish he just exited with this operator and tried to stay away, tried to stay alive with it, but that's going to be up on the floor now, and honestly, it comes down to Silk Cannon failing to connect 2 shots, then instantly dying by humiliation. I like to believe he died because he's just embarrassed, and really he should be.
Fingers pointing at each other, touching in. It's like too shy to get a kill, unfortunately. Isn't going to be able to capitalize on that one, and quite frankly, I was saying it before, I think that Silk Cannon, you're right, just on the operator, is not performing this game to the level that we've come to expect, and we need to just try and step it up there and maybe try and reset. Have Fun once again on the Bucky, wants to hold close. The operator does get dropped over to Silk Cannon, so his team has confidence in him. It's good to see. It's good to see. They're sticking together.
It's just the one round. I think the other rounds we've seen him connect the shots, and we saw that happen when XSERZ decided to push over towards A when they got the raise down. So Rain falls, and he is, you can see now, he is the garage player. So XSERZ didn't push there. Silk Cannon now looking for a bit of revenge, looking for a second opportunity, but no one's pushing A long. It's a hard stack for XSERZ over towards mid right now, and there's just the one player there. The Sage of Easy for You is going to have to really feel the brunt of this force coming in. Wall going up.
Now I'm just going to drop the wall, but that's good. Util burnt. Now they just break it almost immediately. The raised Roomba just to prevent any fast pushes. But again, a lot of utility now burnt, and this is where they can start to spread out. They've got a minute left.
This is the best part as well. XSERZ have not actually committed still because they're just burning utils. They saw smokes, they saw slow orbs, the wall's gone. At this point, Easy for You's got nothing left utility-wise. Now comes the push into Gara. Self-flash is not good. That's not what you're looking for. Have Fun's going to punish Sunny. Esther down as well, and just a few more shots into the garage doors to make sure XSERZ do not push in. And this is going awfully, John.
They get the res, but it's immediately cancelled. Have Fun through those doors. You just cannot step his way. This is why he's buying the Bucky. Zumba goes down, and now it's just Ocha left, standing for XSERZ, trying to push through, but it's still Cannon from the sidelines. C doors, a shooting gallery for Team Rover.
I still think it's punishable. I still think really, realistically, at the end of the day, you want to be holding on to actual guns, but it's have fun making a $2,000 upgrade. He finds a Vandal onto the floor, says, thank you, I only paid $900 for my Bucky. I'll drop that one and take my free gun home. And at this stage in the game, 5-3. Look, XSERZ have had 3 really good rounds, but I think straight away, look at that second round. That's the egregious one. That's the one that you can't drop. That's the one that I was quite critical against Core 9 for dropping just in our semi-final game. Now XSERZ have done the exact same thing, and that led to 3 in a row. And that's confirmed now 5 for Rover, despite us going a little bit more back and forth.
So Cannon again, just getting their vision blocked by the cyber cage. Looks like they do want to fall back, but A site under pressure now. Easy for you, wants to get a little bit of damage through the wall towards A short, but really nothing found in the sewers. 3 towards A long, and they're just waiting, biding their time before they go for this aggressive peek. They are set up now. The smokes starts to come down, and everything is there to try and stop them. Rolling Thunder on the back will hit 1. I think it hit 2 as well, but it doesn't hit the Brimstone or the Rays, and they will just clean on up. A beautiful blast pack. And a second to follow it up. The fadeaway is huge, and Team Rover deny access. They card them at the door and turn them back.
Nothing much to say there. Absolute failure. XSERZ walk into the line of sight 9. It's going to absolutely destroy them. Rain as well onto the angle. And that was probably the worst round so far for XSERZ, who now have to kind of cop the L and go for the eco. And there's not a lot of rounds left in this first half. 3 more to be exact, and Team Rover are feeling 9. They'll certainly be feeling 7, because XSERZ, there's no way they come back through. They're going to try and make a bit of Bucky magic happen, but so much more difficult to make the Bucky work on offense than defense.
6 rounds found already for Team Rover, so they're looking to put a 7th on the board. This is a good start for them. It looked a little bit shaky towards the beginning of the half, but they've really come back into it. They've hit their stride and figured out the defense here on Haven. Just got to give XSERZ a little bit to worry about. The Bucky is now taken up by Rui Jae Hong, and he's going to get healed in as well.
Why are
Finds
they
a
pushing?
second. Rain falls down. They're pushing in. They're trying to play close range, and it's not working out. Have Fun is absolutely furious that they've taken his thing. It was his thing. You got a quad kill, didn't you see? But no, Rui Jae Hong doesn't care.
Team Rover just need to play defensive. They have the better weapons. They have the sightlines. They got the rifles. Why do they feel the need to really go close range, especially into garage? What are you doing there? There's no reason to start to make plays. Wait for the push. Now XSERZ are going to find a free plant into C. Nobody's home. And Rover, they got to go for the defuse here. They got to go for the retake. It would be unacceptable for them to not try.
They only have the neural theft, so it's going to be very tricky. Looks like they might want to go for exits, but no, they are going to peek in. Look for the shots. There is some more weapons to worry about. The fault line does stun a lot of sight, and Have Fun spots out the Brimstone. He knows that he's playing there. They go for the run it back from Sunny. He spots the shoulder. That's actually a huge pickup as Esther finds Have Fun on the sideline. Still Cannon finds 1, but that's going to be it. He said it would be criminal for them not to try, but it's criminal for them to try as well, apparently, as all of them go down. A lovely push from Sunny there.
It's only realistically, the 2 real guns there for XSERZ, who will now fully upgrade. And that was a round that Rover could not afford to lose. I mean, technically speaking, look, they're leading 6-4 now, so I mean, sure, they can afford to lose rounds, but against a team like XSERZ to be losing versus ecos like that, and yeah, XSERZ also lost against an eco, but that's kind of my point, right? Both teams shouldn't lose in those situations. Now we got a 1-for-1 in terms of ecos that should not have been won. Rain, just misses.
2 people trying to bait out the shot that will do so. They'll spot him out as well towards Plateau. A staged set of peaks there to just isolate the angles and try and bait out the shots. Really nice to see, but either way, they lose a player over towards A, and looks like Team Rover won't let anything phase them, as they are now 5-4 versus.
A lot of ultimates here. You can see how stacked Team Rover are. And this time around, they're not going to be making any more mistakes. This is where they want to go for 7. 7-5 should be a pretty realistic scoreline going to the second half, but for that to happen, Team Rover, we need to make sure that whatever happened last round for them does not repeat itself. They have the player advantage coming through. There is the orbital strike from Rui Jae Hong as well. If they can make the post run happen, Orbi to push on B now, easy for you. It's going to get 1, he'll get 2 instead. That's even better. And this is the kind of round we're looking for. Showstopper will miss, and XSERZ will be happy for it, but they're not going to get too much else except for the 1.
Ocean able to get it. The Rays paint shell splitting up that push beautifully, isolating two and allowing Easy for You to get everything he needs. And actually, with that wall on the attacking side, they will be able to get the res to boot, so they'll be back to the full force of 5. And XSERZ only has 2 players left, but a fast rotate coming through. Going to allow them up the C long and have fun. Has to rotate in. Does get spotted out. Does activate the trap, but he is already on the site. Turns the corner. Looks for the Bucky. The jumping kill will come through. He finds the second. Have fun is running riot on this defense.
There it is. Bucky coming on through big again for Have Fun. Well, this is going to be the last round now. 5 guns, 2 operators, back in the hands of Soul Cannon. Pretty even rounds in terms of, well, pretty even weapon buys here for this particular round coming through the 12th and final. I was going to say pretty even rounds, so that's only if you start to look at, okay, maybe the last, what is that, 7 in a row. If you look at the last 7 only in a row, it's been 4 to Team Rover, 3 to XSERZ. You'd call that one pretty even, so XSERZ still have the possibility of getting 5 on the board. But this has to be at an 8 to 4, would be really disastrous, and what with rain down, XSERZ might just have a bit more luck. So Cannon needs to hit these.
Missed these shots so many times towards a main. At this level, you need to be hitting them. You lose so much power if you just allow them through, but the pick on the opposite side of the map has to get rezzed up as well, so they invest that last round and a half. Fair enough. Stack up towards A, though, a little bit slower from XSERZ.
3 members now defending A. So XSERZ are going to have to be cautious. You can start to also see the potential for the orbital strike defensively being used. Yu Jing-Hong setting up the triple smoke potentially as well. 54 seconds, and XSERZ may be getting cold feet here. They are still not 100% decided on this.
Just slowing it down. 45 seconds, though, they're pretty much committed at this stage. To rotate away might prove disastrous. Sunny opens it up. Orbital strike to try and slow them down. Flashbang comes through. Have Fun finds one. Will still remain alive on site. Trying to get the crossfire, but he goes down. The Molotov to isolate the cubby. The neural theft is there. Zumba lands 2 as well. XSERZ open the A site. They finish the half. How they started it.
Boy.
With a beautiful take over towards A. Ryo Jae-hong finds the final kill. Orbital strikes himself. Just takes a lick of damage. But either way, 7 and 5 on the half. Good half for both of them, considering what happened during the middle there.
Impatience being rewarded for XSERZ. You have to push on through. Zumba coming alive. It's not been, I was going to say a slow game for him, but he's still actually top fragging, John. So maybe, you know, it's just a slow game overall for XSERZ. I mean, they haven't been dominating this game. Maybe we're just used to seeing them dominate all of the competition they played against so far. And, well, seems like they've more than met their match here in Team Rover. Again, as a reminder, the one team that was not invited to this tournament, the one team that had to qualify through the COV Masters Open qualifier. And now the team that is leading XSERZ in this grand final by 2 rounds, heading into now the next pistol. And as a reminder, the pistol was won by Team Rover in the first half. Nope, it was actually won by XSERZ. Never mind.
Ah, yeah, no, yeah, it was XSERZ. But they have their work cut out for them, especially with Sunny going down, with Zeta, obviously, the CSGO pro for them, falling, and a little bit of damage given over to Ryo Jae-hong over on XSERZ that had to get healed up as well earlier into the round, so they've invested that heal already. A little bit of a cooldown there, probably about 20 seconds left on that, but an aggressive push coming out from A as Cypher's going to hold towards C as well. And Team Rover, they haven't decided where they want to go yet. They are all the way up on A. Oh no, Ryo Jae-hong is going to be able to strike. Easy for You takes 1, but it's traded again by Ocean. Now they can start to fall back. 2 kills found, playing versus 1. Jet dashes across and actually gets the better of him with a little jumping shot. Cheeky. As Rain finds the push out. Seems to be a game of flanks coming through, but XSERZ left on the worst end of the stick.
Unless Ochon still had a wall there, which he definitely does not, he wasn't going to live. And Team Rover, by the way, making the more guaranteed play by running the Tailwind in with the with Silk Cannon, the Jet player, and then, you know, having the extra player go for the second swing. It will be Esther by himself. He's been in 1v3s before. But once more, we look at this PUBG Pro. It's the final circle that's not looking great. Oh, okay, 1. On to Have Fun, but his position spotted now. Silk Cannon is trying to come back in. He will get double picked, and Rain, even with the paint shells, just going to get the 3rd kill in this round. It will be the pistol going towards Rover, and they didn't get the pistol last time, but they will be able to do it this time.
able to find the frags. It's so difficult to play those 2 versus 1 situations with the paint shell with so much pressure. It just creates such a zone of denial on those retakes. So nicely done by Rain to hold it down for them. And now they have the opportunity to convert, but it's the Bucky gang for XSERZ. They will have 3 of them out. Ryo Jae-hong over onto the Marshall and actually a shorty for Zumba. So stacking a little bit of cash back in the pocket. Try and hold it down, not hitting the headshot.
The problem with the Marshall here is we have a lot of armor being purchased from Team Rover. We probably expected this, by the way. You got Ryo Jae-hong on the other side. Of course, he's going to snipe if he can. Rain is a little bit overconfident. I don't know that you really want to pick. You knew the Marshall was there. You knew he's probably still holding the angle. And are you really going to win that duel with the Ghost? My brain probably says no. 1-for-1 trade over towards mid as well.
I didn't realize he managed to get that second shot off, but he did, and he will get the kill for it. XSERZ with a 2-kill advantage. Sage left alive though for Team Rover, so they do have those heals coming through. A drip feed of health as they start to rotate just a little bit. The Cypher still giving pressure towards B, still showing face, and in fact, they might just be able to catch this off guard. XSERZ will have that camera, so they'll spot it out, and the tripwire will be there, but they're on site. They'll get the spike, pushes out, Zumba pays the price. Flank working out well.
Oh, that is an awful position to have a Bucky, sadly, for Ista. There's no way you win that fight. That's a much better weapon for a long-range engagement. And now Ryo Jae-hong has to hold this fort. It's 2v2, and he needs to find a way to at least get Zeta in maybe for the defuse, but he's down now. Ryo Jae-hong's by himself. 1 versus 2. He would have to really, really nail some clean shots here, but I don't think it's possible. Here comes Soul Cannon, and it will be the round going over.
Pushes through the smoke. He mollied off the short, the connector there. The discipline on the Bucky is really difficult to master in terms of immediately reacting not only to aim but to range. To right click or to left click is a life or death situation really for when you're taking these engagements. And to me it felt like that was a left click towards C window when it should have probably been a right click. Would have landed that burst from the slug just right dead center of mass, and maybe been able to pick up the kill onto Sunny, but was not to be. Sorry, not onto Sunny, onto... was it onto Sunny? I think it might have been. Yes, it was, actually. But he stayed alive, and he will be able to have an impact into the rest of the round.
There you go, the inner workings of shotgun tech here from John. Who, at this point in time, I can imagine you're one of the guys that just dismantles, cleans it up, and rebuilds the gun blindfolded. I don't really know. It's one of those exercises. I don't know anything about guns if it's not obvious by now anyway. Zeta's gonna try and make a play through the double doors, and he is, I guess, the Phoenix, so why not? He's got the flash on his side. Mine will take a decent chunk of damage here. Will be healed back up though.
How on earth did he manage to get away with that? 4 HP. He's sat in a hot hand. Sunny Fury fragging now. He's so mad that he got away with that one. Then he takes a life of Easy for You instead. One hold down in C doors. XSERZ still holding face. Zumba up in the window. And one more down a little bit lower. 59 HP for 9. They have to rotate away. A site being probed by Have Fun right now, but there's still 5 players standing for XSERZ, and it's going to be real tricky to find an opening now.
That will be punishable in a future round when you just see that Zeta pushing through double doors. You can get him next time. But for now, we'll try and get way in towards A. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Ultron still playing in towards Heaven. Silcana will need to watch out for this moving in. It's just him now coming through with his last teammate alive, 9. Who's been another decent fragger for the team, but the rest of XSERZ are here, and I don't suspect that a plant's going to happen at all.
Ultron playing up in Heaven, able to get a frag. The slow towards long could come in crucial here, actually. 5 seconds left, and they will not be able to get onto the plant. Get the spike down, so they're just going to save instead. XSERZ hold strong now. They might be 9-6 down, but they are still going. They are still trucking along. And what more would you expect from the amount of experience these guys have on the esports circuit, the global level as well? So pressure, no stranger to them.
This is where I think they could have some vulnerabilities in terms of agent choices for the composition. This is where I think XSERZ, looking at what they're running, this is a much stronger attacking team than it is a defending team. You've got double flashes for taking sites, but if you're playing for defense, I don't think that Sunny on the Phoenix is going to do well holding. He'll do great on the retakes, however, and Sunny's going to really try and push up hard again at Zeta. A CSGO pro right on the grass. He should find contact here against Rain.
will do so. Lands the headshot. Sunny flicks it on. Again, playing out of C doors, but up to C site. In the meantime, Esther needs to hold strong, but it's no Bucky, it's no close range. Silk Cannon able to take it down. The aftershock to try and stop the push across site, and in fact, forces it to come across site. And this time around, it's going to be Ocean to hold face. The spike not yet made it to site. Ocean falls, but that is spiked down for Sunny as they push on through that cyber cage. They're trying to hold it down towards Long, and he finds another one. Triple kill for Sunny on the round, and XSERZ starting to wind up and deliver these brutal punches.
Great round coming through from them. They didn't even have full purchases, by the way. Yu Hong walked into this one with just a Bucky. Esther, as we saw, only had the Bulldog. Well, now it's going to be a full round of actual purchases and some free upgraded weapons, and the exact opposite for Team Rover, who will walk into this next round coming through Eco. 3 sheriffs, a little bit of armor. And if they can take away some vandals, I think they'll be happy with just yet that. But what they do have is a lot of ultimates.
The ultimates indeed will be coming through. Silk Cannon operates the Blade Storm, and in fact that's the run it back from Sunny. He wants to gain some info, will not check the angle, but he'll get the kill nonetheless. One falls down, and they don't want to give him any more. Maintains all of his armor on the run it back, but takes a player down. Blade Storm's still active, but playing very, very passive, waiting for those flanks to come through. Up towards B site, Ocean looking to go for the shoulder peaks. Might get spoiled out. He's not careful. A little bit of damage sent his way. I don't think he's going to get slowed. Oh, no. Burns the heel, but all of the armor's gone. A nice nade placement.
Stays alive, though. That's the important thing. Maintaining numbers here for XSERZ and the 5v4 advantage. Have Fun, who's a Cypher player of Team Rover that actually went down, by the way. Probably furious that he didn't hit a single one of those sheriff shots. And now Rain as well, walking through Zumba's fully healthy. And this is going to be a difficult push now for Rover, who, again, they were on Eco, so it wasn't going to be easy. Silk Cannon, though. That's what we're looking for. That is going to be the possibility now for something to turn around. Can he get another? Whoa, no, you gotta hit that!
You have to hit those right clicks. That was so unfortunate there. The headshot comes through, but another one as well found, and Zumba falls down. Looks for another, but he turns the corner, and J Hong shuts him down. Now just easy for you with 17 seconds left on the clock, looking for anything he can find. Only light armor and a sheriff, so won't be too unhappy if he does end up losing this. But Esther will spot it out. Lands the headshot, easy peasy.
Goodness, I think that was a real potential. If you look at where Silk Cannon was, if he gets that second kill, who I believe was J Hong right at the back of B, if it's 2 kills on the Blade Storm, and the rest of Team Rover walk in, find that upgraded rifles, gets the guns, that is a winnable round. You still have Silk Cannon that can do even more. Blade Storm still active. So Team Rover, the opportunity was there, and that window was very, very brief in terms of how long it had opened. 3 rounds on the defense now for XSERZ. I said this defense might be difficult for them, but they're actually winning so far. Operated by Esther, and he's going to be holding over towards C as Sunny pushes up.
There's so many rounds where Sunny's just sneaking in through these cracks. Had an impact most rounds, but if they can shut it down, it might have an impact the opposite way.
Oh, he'll see the spike.
Spot it out, and they're not even looking. He will see the spike. Will land the spray down on the headshot. Will see the spike. You're right, but he goes for the corner. The curveball is there, but spray down through the flash. They get one. Silk Cannon finds another, and the neural theft can come through. They'll know exactly where the defense is. They can line up for everything that they're looking for right now as Rain gets the pick to A, and they know where the rest of them are, so they can just flood this site and pretty much hold on to it. There's no way that XSERZ want to go for this retake versus 5.
So here's the thing. Zeta, whose name is Sunny, by the way, if he just falls back after getting the first kill, that's an acceptable play. That's all he needs to do. Gets a little bit greedy, though. Walks in, tries to get number 2, and that's where he gets punished. At that stage in the game, if he just goes dark, he goes unknown again, runs back towards the safety where Esther is, he can maybe even bait out another kill. XSERZ, 2 versus 5. Yes, they have a Rolling Thunder, but they realize that this is not going to be a great round for them. This is going to be Rover now taking us to 10, and XSERZ are going to start to really feel the pressure mount up when you realize that Rover have hit double digits, and, well, XSERZ, gamble, not paying out.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold for the exit, saving the operator. So, Team Rover now up onto 10 rounds, and they'll be pretty happy with that. They'll be certainly happy with the fact that it's XSERZ as well, that they're able to be taking the lead against it. In fact, they've had the lead this entire game so far, AVRL. It's been a really strong performance from them. They need to try and convert it, though. Of course, in this best of 3, they have to win a total of 2. So starting off with 1 is the best way you can go. We'll see what more they can get done.
Well, it's just a completely even second half so far. If you kind of just, you know, pay attention to only that and ignore how the first half went, it's a 3-3 technically. But then when you add in the rest of the rounds, that's where the 2-round difference comes in. It was 7-5 coming into the second half, but we've maintained the exact same 2-round difference even now. We've been 10-8. And round number 19, still there's a possibility going either way. Full equipment now being purchased all around. No one's lacking in terms of anything. Fresh opportunities. There are still decent ultimates on both sides.
They've got some very aggressive ults from Team Rover, the showstopper, the orbital strike, which can clear angles. Probably better than most, but Zumba has got his Rolling Thunder if they need to go for a retake as well. So we'll see what comes out better. Remember, of course, the other day when we were saying that the breaches were just holding onto their Rolling Thunders and actually holding aggressive angles and dying before the retake, which was disastrous. We'll see if XSERZ have better discipline.
Well, it looks like it, because that was just one play. That's unlucky, by the way. Unlucky 777 from Team Core 9, who are out of here. They've been eliminated by XSERZ. And now XSERZ trying to still get this first map. This is the first map of a possible 3 in a grand final. Rain's going to discover the player over towards window. They both respect each other for now, though. Rain does push in on 90 HP, 30 armor. No need for a heal just yet, but is now in striking distance of a Phantom headshot. Not that anyone on the defense is actually using a Phantom, so I guess that doesn't matter at the end of the day.
They push up both on C and towards B a little bit. Orbital strike to isolate the angle, but Esther is still on site, ready and waiting. They get all the way in and they will get the plant, but they have not dealt with the back of sight. That is the interrupted
haven't
plant.
planted.
17 seconds on the clock. Esther gets 1. They have not got the plant, and that's the spike carrier dropped. 11 seconds now left on the clock, and XSERZ start to roll on through. Ocean goes down, but with 6 seconds left, it doesn't matter. The trigger is pulled, and it's Ryu Jae-hong to keep XSERZ going. 10-9, and it's going to go close here on Haven.
That was a bloody round there, John. Only 2 members surviving out of 10. No plant as well, so that's a lot of money denied to Team Rover, who the cash is starting to dwindle here. Rain's got 6k, but after he purchases, he'll have a lot less. He'll have somewhere near, I was going to even say maybe 3k, but no, he's going to use every single lick of cash he's got. So this is going to be an important round. You can see that both teams, in fact, have members on low cash. It's Zumba and Sunny, Zeta. Those are the guys that can really start to afford a little bit more, but Team Rover have got to confirm number 11, otherwise they may have to eco.
And that's going to be all the more tricky with Rain going down. No res available for Rover. They will have to play 4 versus 5, and with Ochin holding this angle, it's going to be tricky to peek past it. They are teetering on the edge, and the flick is good. Another player down, and now 3 versus 5, becoming all the harder as a third falls. Fun, however, has made his way onto B site. Easy for you finds the frag, and I don't think they've realized that Cypher has crossed all the way in. He turns this corner. He might just be in with the luck of taking out
timing.
No. The timing is there. The slow orb comes out, pops the heel, but from the sidelines, Have Fun finally strikes. And they have their opening now. Will they be able to capitalize? No orbital strikers in. They don't know the cross has come through. The spike isolated in mid. Just Have Fun peeks out wide. But a beautiful flick will hold him down. Raging on that.
Beautiful shots in the headshot as well. And that is now going to be recovery onto the operator, so they can still hold the double op setup. Unlucky for Ochon, by the way, to kind of just get peaked. As soon as he had the slow orb out, that is the exact moment that Easy For You comes in. And even though Easy For You doesn't get the kill, Have Fun, like you said, had already snuck on the site. Didn't realize that Ochon was there, so maybe a double round of unluckiness that Have Fun wasn't able to confirm information. 10-10 now. We saw, and we were prepared for a very bloody first map and potentially an entire series here in the grand finals. This has been a massive delivery, but we did also mention it was going to be Team Rover strapped for cash, and now a half buy, a couple stingers there, a couple of just SMGs, and they have to rush A. Ryu Jae-hong's there though.
Oh, they're going to go straight through the Molotov, and people will start to push through. They trade it. The Blade Storm actually working out. Still Cannon heads up high to get all the info he can, and the retake has to come through. A nice start, but the Aftershock takes down Easy For You, and that's no heal remaining now. Could have been really useful. Ochin again landing shots with his operator time after time. Silcano might want to take a few leaves out of his book, and Esther finds yet another. They clear under heaven, and now just one player left standing towards short. It's have fun. Will he be able to land the shot? No, the first one misses, but he hits the next and won't be able to find the third. Unfortunately, Esther able to shut it down. A little bit of damage done, but they saved the operator. They saved the weapons. The spike might have got in, but XSERZ holds strong. 11 rounds now.
2 kills and a plant. Is it enough? That's the biggest question here. Have you done enough to really put XSERZ behind? Because we talked about being behind this entire game round-wise, but momentum has been shifting all on this half. They have gone 6 rounds to 3 in this half. With 2 stints of 3s in a row, XSERZ now finally lead in this particular map. They were behind in terms of rounds for the entire time. But it wasn't eco. We weren't expecting Rover to win this one. We were expecting Rover to just do damage to the economy. This is the round where Rover have got to bring the 11 in, and Zeta is pushed up again. Zeta might have damage here, but he'll have been seen by the camera, and that allows Silcannon to get the kill.
Oh, you can't be doing that, Zeta. Zeta is Sunny, by the way. I can use his name like that because we're tight like that. Yeah, I know. Top players is not a big deal to me. But either way, he is going to go down in the mid. Not going to be happy with that either. And it could be disastrous, you're right. It's at a pivotal point.
It's Son Min, he plays with Tottenham, he's also a pro footballer.
Come on.
Here we go. It's the offensive push coming in. Esther doesn't get anything out of that, unfortunately. Will now be a plant going forward. Silcannon can't get the kill on Zumba, so that's one traded back. Orbital strike, it's a little bit late, but it might get the kill into ease for you. That might still be worth it for Ryu Jae-hong.
It will be able to take down the Sage, so no heals. Any damage sticks here. Mention up top the wall, but there's a flank coming in from the Brimstone. Holding down the sidelines. 2 op shots miss. And most of the Phantom spray. Zumba finds one in response, and they're allowed back onto that C site. But Have Fun is holding close, and versus 1. It's going to be very tricky. Ryu Jae-hong needs to land these shots, but there's not really that much time left, and XSERZ might just want to hold the op.
Yep, this is going to be too difficult. He doesn't want to lose the gun. He has the opportunity to maybe pick up his ally's rifle on the ground, but even that's a risk, and even then, 2 versus 1 against Rover, still having an orbital strike is probably not going to be possible here. So, guaranteed death would have been on the cards there for Ryu Jae-hong. He knows better than that. 11 to 11 now, and, well, one team is going to make this a match point, or rather map point, in just this next round coming up. It's been a while to get here. These 2 teams... I mean, an understatement to say they were neck and neck. I think this has just been a phenomenal map so far.
Look how close all these ultimates are as well. Zumba, Ochin, and Esther all having their ultimates available, and suddenly just 1 pip off. Very close for a lot of XSERZ, for a lot of Team Rover as well. You can see 2 available and 2 just 1 point off as well. So any kills could swing this either way with the ultimate advantage.
Again, early pressure coming through from Team Rover over towards the double door. Zumba's actually not there to hold it currently, so Team Rover don't realize this. They may be able to, execute into Garage and see if they can get something done there. And once more, you have a pretty close push by Ochon, who's not going to commit the wall. This is information. Team Rover got time. They'll just break the wall. So this hasn't really achieved that much from XSERZ so far.
The only thing that they've gained there is the info that XSERZ is still in, Rover is still in mid. But other than that,
they don't even know
not
how
much
many
to be found. They don't even know how many, indeed. I think they might have heard 2, but the rest of them remain dark. And they are rotating just around the map. They're playing very basic. They're waiting, I think, for Sunny to try and push out and try and get that pick, but it's just not happening this round.
He's so far back. Zeta's all the way into Link. Ryu Jae-hong is now just in heaven. He wasn't there before. He was making a rotate. So there was an opportunity where, look, if it was a 2-man fake in mid and 3-man push over to A, that would already be executed. We may be already looking at a plant. But as we get to 20 seconds...
How have they done this? They've managed to bait all of the rotates away from A. They pressure towards B, and now they have the site. Ryu Jae-hong moves all the way up to heaven, but with 14 seconds left, they can get this spike in, and now they can hold down the site. But it's 5 versus 5. This is going to be an ultimate retake. There's so many ults on the cards, and there's the Rolling Thunder. They're going to have to break that wall, but that time wasted on the stuns coming down. Easy for you. Rattles down 2. 9 holds it down from under heaven as well. And they close it down. Beautifully done. The wall giving them just enough time to get into the best position possible. And Rover put themselves on map point here in this best-of-3 final.
But John, you said it. XSERZ, what were they doing? They completely rotated off the side at the crucial moment, and that's where we were waiting to see if XSERZ was going to go in. This would have been perfect, and it was. XSERZ read that position, they read that scenario incorrectly. Team Rover went in, 14 seconds left, they still got the plan. At that time, I think XSERZ have to understand, okay, somewhere is going to get hit. You got 20 seconds left to go. And also, easy for you, I have to reiterate, he was dazed. He got hit by the rolling thunder, he still got a double kill. Massive plays. That is going to be the ultimate expended as well from Zeta. Nothing claimed.
Sonny turning the corner just a little bit too early. Tries the second time and meets the same fate, but this time it's going to stick. XSERZ have lost one already at the start of the round.
That could cost them the map.
Now they have to pick up the pieces.
I've been critical of Sonny making that play before, and I've said, look, if you've got the... if you got Phoenix's ult there, yeah, sure, you run it through, it's fine. You run it back. But then if you go for the second pick, that's when the risk comes in. It's going to get the kill into Rain after triggering the trap wire. It's a little unfortunate from Rain to do that, but there will be a resurrection available. It's still dangerous. I would have expected, actually, maybe the potential to kill Rain still, but the wall is going to make sure that he's going to be safe.
Certainly will, but he used the showstopper, so that won't be available now. Team Rover, they are full 5 versus 3, but with people holding face, you don't want to be stepping in. There's the Molotov who were found, and he holds it off with the Molotov. They have to fall it back. Plenty of trade kills found, and when you're down in numbers, 2 for 2, that's going to be a real strong setup. Esther now last standing for XSERZ, the only player standing between them and the map. And he will fall off, has to go for the push, has to go for A site. They get the spike in, and they are going to start the plant. And Esther, with an almost insurmountable task, needs to get away and try to get something done.
You wish right now that Ochon was still alive because he dies with the resurrection. That one is going to sting for a while, as it could be what cost him this map. It's mounting, isn't it? Because there's a couple things that already could have cost him this map. This could be the final engagement. Esther doesn't know that there's someone towards his right. He needs to check it. Get your gun out. This is not the time to be playing with your knife. And have fun is going to just be there at the right time, and he's going to be there to be able to land the shots as well. Team Rover 13-11, and XSERZ will drop the ball.